My tummy's growling. I had a delicious supper, but it still seems to be growling. There we go. All right. Hello. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. It was lovely and exhausting. I love being with the kids at school, but I do find it really exhausting. And the weather today, I think, just sucked it right out of everybody and got into your bones and just pooped you all out. So I'm just had a nice warm shower when I got home, and it was lovely. Hey, Pam. I have some very sad news to share with all of you. But first, I want to remind you all about the designer series paper. This is the last week to put in your orders. And pretty much everything except for the Playful Pets and the Artistry in Bloom. But all the other sets we've used. Ooh, a little trifle. That's a good idea. She gets some little something to nibble on. The greenery, the plaid, trimming the town we're going to do either later, probably later this week. The poinsettia place is beautiful paper. I don't think we'll have time to fit it in because I want to give it a couple days. Toile Tiding, we're going to do a few. The Peony Garden we did, the Whale of a Time, the Snowflake, playing with patterns we did some. Heartwarming Hugs and All in Good Taste. I'm probably going to order another pack of these because I love the wood grains, and very, very rarely does Stampin' Up! Keep designer series paper. They change it every year. So like the Toile Tidings got carried over, but that's kind of unusual. So I have a feeling I'm going to order another one of these because I really, really love the wood grains, and I use it for a lot of backgrounds and things like that. So here's the sad news, Pam. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. My go-to embossing folder is not going. It's a sad day. I just like to have this moment for the next 2 weeks until I can get another one in. It will be a sad day. So we all should take this moment to soak it in, but it will be okay. I'll place an order in tonight or tomorrow morning, and we will get another one. It will be okay. So that being said, if you would like anything, let me know and I will put in an order because I need to replace my go-to embossing folder. So I had to switch. I had to switch it up because I couldn't do that one. So this one, we're going to use the sentiments from the Peaceful Boughs, but we're going to use the Toile Tidings paper because some of you have extra paper from your, hi Pat, have some extra paper left over from your breast cancer kit that you got. So I thought I would show you a few more cards that you can do with the paper that you have left over. So this is the very vanilla, but we're going to turn it sideways. This I embossed in the curvy one, which I have to get a new one of that one too, because I don't know what I do with my embossing folders. I'm just too rough with them. So I wanted to try, so this is going to be live. I don't know, this could go either way. Everyone has, I'm sure, a gold or a silver ink pad. I'm sure if I asked Marianne, she'd tell you maybe they had one from Stampin' Up! Before, but I didn't get it. So I have this one, but I thought I would try the technique where you sort of brush it on lightly and to sort of help give it a bit more texture. So I thought we would try that live and see how that goes. It could really go either way. So, but I like to live on the edge. So this is how I roll, right? So I thought I would shake it up a little tonight and make it a little different. Try something a little different, right? So we've done this technique Oh, they did have one pet. Okay, there you go. Well, I didn't know. See, I'm the newbie. I don't know all the deets. So I figured I wasn't too out of the box if I used a gold ink pad from that other store, you know. So like I said, I just thought we'd try this technique. We've done it with some other, I can't think of which other ones at the moment, but you know, where you're just sort of lightly brushing over the top to make it stand out a little bit. It just sort of changes the look. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the raised glass and sympathy. It was a very sad day. I was upstairs putting it through, and all that escaped my mouth was no. And Les comes to the top of the stairs. Are you okay? It's like, yes, my embossing folder broke. So I don't know if you can see. It's kind of goldy, shimmery. So it did work out to what I'd hoped it would. So then my idea was I would take a piece of, this is the brushed copper, the gold, the brushed gold. So I thought it would work well with this kind of look. And yeah, I'm pleased so far. I've also run out of Stamp and Seal. And the last time I was at Michael's to get more snail, they did not have that. This was what they had. I know it's not going to be done that in 2 days. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they've got some more in. I have to go buy, hopefully in the next day or two. We'll all keep our fingers crossed, because otherwise I can't come and craft. It'll be very sad. So a great tip, because foil can be, you know, pricey. If you punch something out, keep it, because you can always put it on top. Now, if I'd been better organized, I might find something here to stamp out, but I'm not. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. So then the idea was to put a sentiment here, and ideally, I think I might want to do it in a gold heat embossed. So I won't do it tonight because no one wants to hear the dryer going. But I think what I'll do after is I'll do maybe in a smaller oval, but I'll do the seasoned greeting in a gold heat embossed, and I think that'll look really sharp. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Pretend that it's there. I'm just seeing if I have a smaller oval. Might have to do, I think that's too big too. All right. But you get the idea. So let me put this on, and I think I'm gonna pop it up a little bit. All this craft, and I'm getting low in my supplies. So we'll do a couple of days of the Toile Tidings, because like I said, I wanted to show, for those of you that have some of the paper left over, some different ideas of what you can do. And then I originally was going to show you some of the Feels Like Frost, I think it's called. Beautiful paper, but it's not in the sale. So I think we'll do the Trimming the Town, because it's one of the papers on sale. I think you guys will like it too. It's really cute. Really, really cute. If you like doing like little dioramas and things like that with the layers of houses and trees and stuff, I think you'll really like it. So there. So I'm going to put that one there. And like I said, I'll put the, well, I guess you could even leave it like that too. It's pretty. You could do the punched out tree. So I punched the tree out that was underneath. You could even do something like that if you wanted to. I think that looks really pretty. All right. Enough admiring of my handiwork. Next. So this one is the 4¼ that way, folded in half, and then I'm turning it sideways. So again, it's actually the same. It's just instead of opening this way, we're opening it this way. Subtle difference, I know, but you know, it's wacky wild. That's how I like to roll. So I just used, these were the pieces that I had left over. So obviously you can have the green bigger, it's whatever you'd like. There is no, you could do the red instead. I tend to gravitate more to the greens. But the great thing about the Toile Tidings is that you can put it, the garden green and the real red. So you could do it this way if you wanted to. So many options. It's such an elegant set. So my idea for this one was, this is the die that comes with the bows, which I really like. I like the little point. I think it's a nice sort of look. And my idea was to take the sentiment, may the spirit of peace gently fill your heart and home in this most wonderful time of year. It's so pretty. So we're going to take that one and ink her up. So I could be matchy-matchy and do it in the garden green, but I think that'll be too matchy-matchy. Do you like my my technical terms? Sorry, I gotta move it down so I can make sure that I'm kind of, sort of lined up. There you go. Isn't that pretty? I like the font of it too. It's pretty. So then my idea was, because I had this left over, and some people might have some greenery left over from their cards, I don't know. But then my idea was to add some greenery and a pine cone. That's right, that's what it is. Pine cone. Oh my goodness. And then we can add a bow. We can add a green with the stripe, or, oh, let's do this pretty gold one. So this gold ribbon, this was another tip that I got from Marianne. See, if ever you want to be part of a team, we're an awesome team. This gold ribbon Marianne told us about, it's not in the catalog, but it's sort of like a leftover, I guess, from last year. So if you're looking for a nice gold ribbon, this is it. Like, it's a good gold. You know what I mean? Like, you know how some ribbons sometimes have that kind of yellow tinge to it? No, this one's a good gold. And it's a nice width, and it ties bows really nicely. So it's you have to know the number, because like I said, it's not in the catalog, but it's a really pretty, if you're looking for a gold ribbon, it's definitely a really nice one. Like I said, I've gotten other gold ribbons from Michaels, or I've tried to get gold ribbons from Michaels, and I find they often have this yellow kind of undertone to them, and so they don't really look gold. But that's just my opinion. So we could do like a gold bow. All right, let's glue some things down. I was just trying to decide if I wanted to pop that one up, but I think because we're hanging off the thingies there, I'll put it there. So I've put it up just a little bit higher than I might normally, only because I want to be able to fit my greenery. So we'll get a glue dot. And we'll glue it up. Oops. There we go. you could even use your moose stamp there, Pam, with your Toile Tidings, because there's the one set that has all the animals. So that would look, I think that would look really cute. To do the moose. Do the moose with your Toile Tidings, the one with the different forest animals. I think that would look really cute. So we'll do that, and then fix my bow. And put that on like that. There. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then our last one for tonight is all about layerings. So I designed this one with the idea that perhaps you guys didn't have, you know, any of the extra dies or anything like this. So this is just using the Real Red cardstock, the Very Vanilla cardstock, and then the designer series paper of the Toile Tidings. So Real Red, standard fold. Then we're going to do Very Vanilla, slightly smaller than the regular card. Then we've got designer series paper, slightly smaller again. Then I've got my Very Vanilla oval with, again, the designer series paper, just slightly bigger than the oval. And then Very Vanilla, just slightly bigger. A fashion pillowcase, yeah, slightly bigger than the stripes. And then I wanted to put another bit of red in behind the Very Vanilla, so I didn't want to do like another rectangle. I thought that would be a bit much, like, come on, Shannon, like. And so I did it with just the tip sort of showing off, with the idea of sort of looking like that. And then we'll put our nice big sentiment on it. So let's do that first, and then we'll glue it all down and we can decide on a bow. So there we go. So like I said, this one's a lot of layering, but I wanted to think of something that, in case, you know, someone was making cards that didn't have the dies and things like that, you could just cut it, and using a cutting board or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. That you can just use that to make some other cards. And there we go. All right. And we'll just glue everything down. And so everything is slightly, so it might be like 1/8 of an inch or so, to just make things smaller. And this one, like I said, I just had some strips left over, so I thought I would just try and use up some of my leftovers. So like that. And again, you could put this all the way up to the top or to the side, but for today, I'm going to center it. And then I'm going to pop this up, add a few gems, and you're good. Now, you could, if you did have all the other doodaddy things, you could fancy it up if you wanted to. Now we have to decide on if we need a bow or not. So I've got a red one. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with the Stampin' Up! Ribbons, because I go to Michael's, I've got all my pieces of cardstock in a little baggie, like little strips of the cardstock, to try and match to the ribbons at Michael's, and I can never get it. It's so frustrating. But I find Stampin' Up! Always does a really nice job of matching their ribbons. Like, this is a real red, and that's a real, like, it's a real red. It's very hard to find the color. So do we want to add a ribbon up top, down below? What do we think? We'll get some gems, make it all pretty. The other thing you could do if you wanted to, you could add, let's see, I've got some snowflakes. You could add a snowflake. What do we think? I probably should have moved it up a little bit for the stamping, but maybe if I put the bow like this, it's a snowflake. Could do a snowflake, a bow. We can do both. Hey, it's our card. We can do whatever we want. I'm just finding the bow, what are those called? The tassel-y part of the bow keeps coming down into the sentiment. Although I do like it, because like I said, I probably should have stamped it a little bit higher. But we've got some snowflakes, but then you can't really see the can do something like that. Make more work for myself. Why do I do that? All right. Well, let's see here. I'll put some gems on. Put some big ones, and then we'll put a couple of little ones. So these are the wonderful gems with the sort of the gold fleck in it. It's really pretty. I don't know. I really do like the bow, but I know, right? Like, they both could work. All right, I'll put this snowflake on, and then what I'll do, because, you know, I'm crazy, I'll run through another small snowflake and maybe put it down here. Here I am trying to finish up all of my stuff, and I end up just, you know, using more because I'm so silly. Because it needs something. Like I said, I should have stamped it a little bit higher, but I did not. So, and I don't have any other red ones, of course. I only have those two red ones. Oh, I fibbed. Hold on. I have this. I have one. Yay. Now I only have one red one that I have to find something to do with it. There we go. All right. So there's our 3 cards. Now, I mean, obviously you wouldn't have to put the snowflakes on if you didn't want to, but the layering certainly does add a neat dimension. So thank you so much. There's our cards for this evening. We've got our snowflake with a little bit of gold just to make it look a little fancier. And then we've got our green, and we'll do a couple more tomorrow. and then we'll move on. Thanks so much, Pat. Thank you so very, very much for joining me this evening. I always appreciate it, and I always I love coming and making cards, and hopefully you've been inspired and encouraged to go and start crafting, because it's only a couple of weeks. Sophisticated, yes, and elegant. It's only a couple of weeks before we have to start mailing Christmas cards, right? I'll have to find when the cutoff date is for mailing Christmas cards. So, because it's coming up fast, I'm telling you. I know we haven't had Halloween yet, but it's going to go quick. So, thank you so very, very much. Have a wonderful evening and stay safe.